Hello, this is Avish Parashar from DingHappens.com, showing you how to react to, take advantage of, and create unexpected opportunities in your business and life. I had an interesting thing happen today. Have you ever had a thought cross your mind that maybe wasn't so great, and then you start to think maybe you're wrong, or you start feeling guilty for even having had that thought in the first place? I had an interesting experience just now. You see, I did a speaking engagement recently, and the client afterwards sent me the check for the balance of the payment. Well, I come home, open up the check, and see the amount is double than what I was expecting. You see, I had them give me a 50% deposit about 4 months ago when we booked the engagement. Well, when they paid the balance, their records must have gotten messed up, so they gave me the full payment again. So they paid me the deposit, but instead of paying me the remaining 50%, they paid me the full amount again. So of course I'm thinking about what do I do? And I check my records to make sure that yes, I did get the deposit check from them. And I have to admit, for that briefest moment, that thought came into my head of, well, in their records, they owe me this. They think they owe me that money, so maybe I should just keep it. I mean, it's a great way to make 50% extra on an engagement. Now, of course, you know that's wrong, and I know that's wrong. And the thought, as soon as it came up, I immediately thought to myself, no, that's just silly. You have to let them know and let's figure out how to deal with it. Well, I contacted them and they're looking into their records and they're going to let me know and it's all going to work itself out. But the thing is, afterwards, I started feeling bad almost that the thought even occurred to me. You know, we sometimes criticize people like, oh, you shouldn't even think that. How could you even think such a thing? Well, here's the thing. Once I step back, do a little pause, breathe, think, if you ever heard my stuff before, I realized I'm not a bad person for having that thought. We can't really control the thoughts that pop into our head. What we can control, and we must develop great control over, is how we act on those thoughts. How we act and if we act. And in fact, one of the steps when it comes to creating ding moments in your own life is about having creativity. And creativity is about generating ideas without evaluating whether they're good, bad, moral, ethical, whatever. You need to give your creative mind the freedom to generate all and every idea. Once you've got those ideas, it's your conscious mind's responsibility to tell you what to act on. So don't ever feel guilty for thinking something. What you should feel guilty about is what you let linger in your head and what you act on and what you let direct your actions. Because if you let yourself think in any direction, it's going to give you way more options. If you start to feel guilty and cut off that creative flow, you may avoid thinking some things you shouldn't, but you'll really be cutting yourself off from a world of possibilities. So the next time you find yourself in an interesting situation like I did, give yourself the freedom to think, let the thoughts pop up, just be very careful of what you act on, because that's what people will judge you on.